Marissa, I'm currently outside the house, but you're free right now, right?
What? Oh, did you leave the house, Michaela?
Come on, I'm 27 and I know there's an age gap between me and my husband who's 43. I heard that he had a single sister who was 1 year younger than him, so I was prepared to live with a sister-in-law who was older than me, but...
What's your point?
I never thought you'd be such a failure. Are you seriously 15 years older than me but unemployed and still single?
Do I look like that much of a failure to you?
I mean, you never do anything, right? It's the afternoon of a weekday, but you've got no plans.
I mean, I guess right now I have nothing to do, but I have to prepare for my trip to America, so it's not like I'm always not doing anything.
Are you sure you need to go to America?
What do you mean?
I'm telling you not to go.
Huh?
It'll cost a lot of money, right?
Well, I guess I have to pay for the airplane tickets and stuff, so it will cost some money, but...
Don't you think that's not something an unemployed person can just do without the permission of others?
It's true that I'm not working currently, but I explained that and also why I was living in my parents' house when you moved in, right?
You did tell me, but it's not a reason to go to America.
Even if you say that, I can't just not go.
Oh my god, I didn't text you to talk about this. I wanted to tell you to do all the household chores if you got nothing to do.
I don't mind doing the chores, but you're the one who's going to make tonight's dinner, right?
Just do it for me, will you? I'm busy unlike you. I know it's my turn to make dinner today, but I don't have the time for it. You have no right to complain when you've got nothing to do anyways, while I, on the other hand, am busy.
Fine, I'll make the dinner for tonight.
Well then, I need to go now, so bye.
Good morning, Marissa.
Good morning, Gaston.
I'm gonna finish work with my work in Italy today, just like planned.
I see. Thanks for your work.
Oh, thanks. So, I'll ask you again just in case. Did you get airplane tickets for next week, Tuesday? There's no need to change the date, right?
Yep, it's fine. I'm done with almost all the preparation already.
I see. So, just as planned then. I'll go to your house on Tuesday morning and greet your family as well.
Alright, I'm looking forward to it.
On the other hand, though, you said that your brother who owns a business married a woman named Michaela? Who's 27 years old, right? And that she's living with you guys.
Yup, she moved in 3 months ago. Apparently her parents already passed away, and the two of them suddenly married without her families ever meeting.
Did you ever hear where she graduated university?
Oh, she mentioned that she went to the same university as you, K University.
Does she have a mole under her left eye?
Yeah, she does. Do you two know each other?
Unless this is just some sort of coincidence and this Michaela is a different person, then yeah, we knew each other in university. This feels like it could be trouble. Maybe we were lucky I was relocated to America.
What's the matter?
Sorry, I want to contact your brother-in-law and tell her something about Michaela first. I'll tell you about it later. It'll be best if I'm just making a mistake, but...
This sounds important. Got it. Just tell me about it later.
That reminds me, it's been 3 months since I got married and moved here.
Oh, it's already been that long?
You're still unemployed, right, Marissa?
Yeah.
So, when are you gonna get a job?
Probably a bit later in the future. Now is not a good time to look for a job.
Huh? You're 42 and still think that's how you think? Don't you think that's a bit problematic?
Well, you say that, but I don't know what kind of jobs there'll be over there, so...
What? Will you stop talking nonsense? Oh, never mind. I don't think this is impossible.
What's not possible?
I am biologically unable to live with you anymore, so please leave.
Huh? I already told you this multiple times, but I'm leaving for America next week, so...
Huh? You're talking about your trip to America again? I already told you I'm not going to let you waste my money on a trip. If you got the time to prepare for such things, then why don't you find a job? Hurry up and get a job so you can leave this house.
Michaela, you're telling me not to go to America anymore and instead find a job? Do you know how difficult that will be for me?
What part of that is difficult? It's easy. Just don't waste money on a trip to America and get a job so you can provide us with money. You don't have to get a full-time job immediately. It's fine if you work part-time or as a dispatch worker. It's a lot better than just being unemployed, right?
Michaela, did I phrase what I just said poorly?
What, you still have excuses?
When I said I'm going to America, I didn't mean that I was going on vacation.
What?
I'm going to be moving there, which means that I'm also going to be leaving this house. That's what I intended to say, but...
Huh? You're moving there? To America? Even though you don't have a job?
Didn't I tell you when you moved in? My fiancé is being relocated to America by the company he works for, so I quit the job I already had to go with him. I lived in a company-owned apartment while I was working there, so I had to move out when I quit. So I was going to live here at my parents' house until I moved to America.
What? You're so delusional. You're 41 but have a fiance? Jesus, at least tell me a more believable lie.
It's not a lie.
Do you have proof?
Ask my brother or my parents. They'll all tell you that I have a fiance. They've met him already, so that's enough proof, right?
What? But I don't want to do that. It'd be like I was playing along with your fantasies. Ew.
Then do you want me to send you a picture of him?
It could just be you and some other acquaintance, so that wouldn't count as proof.
Then why don't you wait until next Tuesday when I leave for America? He's going to be coming here to pick me up and greet my parents.
Huh?
Me moving to America is neither a fantasy nor a lie. Whether you believe it or not, I'm soon going to be leaving this country.
Ew, are you getting mad at me since you couldn't prove it? You're so pathetic.
We're leaving next week Tuesday. You'll be able to meet him then. The two of us are going to head to the airport after that, so send us off, okay?
What? Were you actually being serious? This can't be true. Your fiancé is Gaston?
I was prepared for there to be a scene when you saw him, but I didn't expect you to be that surprised.
What's the meaning of this?
You were both in the same club at university, apparently. You had already graduated when you were a student there, but he was a sort of coach who sometimes visited the club, right?
Why? He said no when I said I wanted to go out with him. Why is an unemployed old woman an elite businessman who works for a foreign firm? There's no place where you two could have met no matter how you think about it.
I was an employee at one of their client companies.
What? What are you talking about? Weren't you always unemployed and lived in your parents' house? You couldn't get married until you were past 40, and you have no children. So it's only natural to think that there was something off about you. Why would Gaston go out with such a woman?
Michaela, you really don't listen to what other people say, don't you?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I told you about my situation when you married my brother, right? I'll skip the part about me quitting my job to go with my husband, who was relocated to America, since I already told you about that recently, but I already got married once, but got divorced because my ex-husband cheated on me.
Huh?
Me and my ex-husband had a child who's now 19 years old.
You have a son?
He now goes to university in America, so there was no time for me to introduce you to him since you got married with my brother so quickly. There are 4 main points to what I just told you. I have a fiancé who's been relocated to America, and I quit my job to go with him. I'm only living in my parents' house until he finishes his work here in Italy and we move to America. I've already been married once but got divorced. And finally, I have a 19-year-old son who goes to a university in America. I thought I told all this to you already.
No way.
I mean, we're going to America today, so don't bother us from now on. Oh, and it seems like my brother has something important he needs to tell you. You should probably focus on that instead.
What?
Goodbye.
Wait, what was that about my husband? Marissa, please give me Gaston. I didn't think think my husband would find out about my $70,000 of loan. He scolded me about it and made me sign our divorce papers. But if we get divorced, I won't be able to pay my debt back. So give me Gaston instead. Please, Marissa. It's not fair for you to have Gaston, who makes $120,000 a year, all to yourself. Of course he'd rather be married to me, who's only 27 years old, than an old woman in her 40s. Fine. Why don't we make a compromise? I'll be married to him only until I pay back my loan. And after that, I'll divorce him and give him back to you. What do you think? Marissa, I'm making such a good deal for you. Why don't you reply? At this rate, I'll never be able to pay back my loan.
My brother was never really interested in women, but one day he was suddenly approached by Michaela and she pushed him enough that they got married soon after. Michaela didn't tell my brother about her loan, probably because she wanted to use my brother's money in secret to pay it off. Gaston was the one who told him about her debt. There was a time when Michaela was making repeated attempts to start a relationship with Gaston, but she was so insistent with her approaches that my husband got a little suspicious and did some investigation, which is when he found out about her huge debt. He confronted Michaela about this, and after that stopped trying to approach Gaston. By some strange coincidence, the two met again that Tuesday. All her secrets were now exposed, and even though she wasn't forced to pay an alimony, rumors started to spread as to why she got divorced. Since my fiancé has quite a few connections in the region, no man would approach her after that since they knew she was dangerous. Having no other choice, Michaela found a job in a brothel and now works every day, paying off her debt little by little.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Jessica. This is Roy's mother. Do you have a moment to talk? Oh, of course. What can I do for you? I thought it was about time we got together to have a discussion about Roy's estate. His estate? Don't you think it's a little bit too soon for that? It's only been a week since his funeral. Yes, I'm aware, but it's a discussion that we need to have, and the sooner the better. I'm not sure if Roy ever told you this, but he should have left a sizable amount of money to me. That boy was always good to me, and this was his final act of filial piety. I'm planning on using the money to have a pleasant and relaxing retired life. I see. So you were planning on your son's inheritance to finance your retirement. Also, Jessica, I think you should know that I have every intention to not allow one single penny of Roy's money go to you. What? You had to see this coming, dear. I heard about everything from Roy. The two of you were about to be divorced when he passed away. Am I right? Well, yes, I suppose we were. Well, then that settles it. What right could you possibly have over Roy's money? Roy is my son, and you're little more than a former roommate of his as far as I'm concerned. I will not let you have his estate. Did Roy happen to tell you the specific circumstances of our divorce, or did he leave that part out? Isn't it obvious? You were a complete failure as a wife. You used him for his money, and you never paid him any of the attention or affection he deserved as your husband. You may have cheated my son out of some of his hard-earned money while he was living, but I will not let you steal from him now. Is that so? And that's all I have to say. Now pack up your things and be out of that house by this evening. Seriously? I'm dead serious, Jessica. The house you are living in belonged to Roy. He built it with his own money. His name is on the title. And now that he's gone, that house belongs to me, his mother. There's no fighting this, Jessica. It's all written very clearly in his will. The house is mine. I'm going to be moving in there as soon as possible, which means you need to leave as soon as possible. Take all your things, leave all of Roy's, and be out of that house by sundown. And I know if you take anything of Roy's, so don't even think about trying to steal his things. Ugh. Don't be such an immature brat, Jessica. You can't seriously be planning to try and stay in that house, can you? Since you are about to divorce him and move out anyway, I'm sure you already had arrangements made for another apartment or something, so there's no reason for you to stay there. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't really need this house. Good, then it's settled, and we have no more reason to talk to each other. But seeing as the house is getting foreclosed on today, I don't think you'll be able to enjoy living there for very long. What? Foreclosed? I'll talk to the bank to tell them that you'll be the one to hand over the keys to them. But you'll need to sign over the deed to them by tonight, so make sure you bring a pen. If you ask them nicely enough, maybe they'll even give you an hour or so to take in some of your memories of Roy. What are you talking about? Hi there, Jessica. Hope you're doing well tonight. Thanks again for everything you did with my brother's funeral. I really appreciate it. Hey there, Steph. Don't mention it. By the way, did you get over the fever you caught after the funeral was over? How are you feeling? Oh, that? Nah, I'm totally fine right now. I've been over that for days. I bet I just overexerted myself. I was already burning the candle at both ends with my work lately, and then in the middle of that I had to deal with my brother's funeral. Wow, it must have been a really hard time for you then. I'm glad you're doing better anyway. It wasn't too bad. I bet it was way harder on you than me. I know that a lot happened between you and my brother, but I want you to know how grateful I am that you gave him a proper funeral, even after all of that. It's no problem at all, Steph. And by the way, my main purpose for messaging you right now is because I heard that my mom has been pestering you with texts lately about my brother's estate. Is that true? Yeah, kinda. Is she actually still living in that house right now? Yes. Yes, she is. Unbelievable. I don't know what she's thinking. It's like she's completely oblivious to everything that's happened over the last few years and her part in it. My dad says it's like talking to a brick wall trying to talk sense into her these days. Oh, boy. I wish there was a way I could help. Well, that's actually the second thing I wanted to talk to you about. I know this is sudden, but are you free at the moment? If possible, I'd like to meet with you in person. There's a number of things I'd like to talk to you about, including what to do next about my mom. Yeah, I'm totally free tonight. I'm staying at the hotel that's right next to the bus station downtown. If I recall correctly, your house isn't too far away from here, right? We could either meet at your house or my hotel's lobby, whichever is best for you. I'll go ahead and head over to your hotel. I remember where it is. Thanks. See you then. Good morning. What can I do for you? Don't give me good morning. Some people from a real estate agency just came by and said if I don't leave the house soon, they're going to call the police and have me arrested for trespassing. According to them, the house is actually in your name. That's the first I've ever heard of that. Why didn't you tell me? You already sold it to them? You owe me an explanation. Wait, you really didn't know about all that? I guess maybe Roy was planning to tell you about everything once it had been finalized, but it seems like he could have at least told you the bare minimum. Hurry up and explain what you did. Just make sure you're aware that Roy and I were planning to get a divorce when he died, right? Yes, and what of it? What does that have to do with you stealing my house and selling it without my permission? I'm getting there, calm down. Next, were you aware that the reason we were getting divorced was because Roy was cheating on me? He was? So you didn't know. Well, he was cheating on me, so I sued him both for the damages related to the affairs as well as for a divorce. Roy was lavishing his mistress with gifts, designer handbags, shoes, vacations, you name it. And in just the span of a year, our total savings declined from around $100,000 to just $1,000. He spent that much in a single year? Now, one major problem for Roy was that the money he spent came out of our joint savings account. So he had spent tens of thousands of dollars of savings that were also mine without my permission on his illicit affair. Ordinarily, in this sort of situation, I'd have the legal right to demand he return every single penny of that money to me, but I was also fully aware that he had no means with which to repay it, and I was eager to not have any interactions with him anymore after the divorce. So, our lawyers talked it over, and in the end the compromise we decided on was this. I would agree not to sue Roy, to have him return the money he spent on his mistress, and in return I would receive the house, as well as all the furniture and appliances in the house. It was at that point that he transferred the deed over to me, and I sold the entire thing to a real estate company the very next day. How could you do such a thing? The real estate company was actually super understanding about everything, and they agreed to let me stay in the house until Roy's funeral was over. You sold my son's house! I can't believe you! That was the only thing I had to remember him by. Hey, don't blame me. Blame your son for being a cheater. None of this would have happened if you would have kept his pants on. If only he had not slept with that woman, we wouldn't be getting divorced, and he wouldn't have exhausted all of our savings on her. So, yeah. I don't see how I did anything wrong in all of this. It's all Roy and his mistress's fault. Yes, you're right. It's all his mistress's fault, that vile woman. If she hadn't seduced my poor, innocent Roy, then none of this would have ever happened. Who is that vile harpy? Tell me her name. You must know who she is, don't you? I'll go find her and give her a piece of my mind for the terrible fate she brought upon my poor Roy. I don't think you need me to tell you her name. You already know her. She's one of your friends. What? What are you talking about? It was Nancy Johnson. No, not Nancy. How long ago was it? Maybe 2 years ago or so? You were going at me in your usual way, telling me I'm worthless and that Roy deserves better than me when you said, I know, I'll just have to find him a woman better than you. Sometime after that, you brought the darling Nancy Johnson, the daughter of one of your friends, over for dinner. And within just a few days of that dinner, the two of them began their nearly 2-year-long affair. That can't be true! Oh, and one more thing. You seem to be under the wrong impression about Roy's will. More specifically, you're under the impression that he had a will at all. He didn't. And since he had no will, by default his estate is passed on to his legal heir. I know that. Everyone knows that. That's exactly what I'm saying. As his mother, I'm his next of kin, and so I'm the one who gets his estate. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but since we were still married at the time of Roy's death, I was still his legal wife, and thus I am his next of kin, not you. What? And I mean, besides, even if you were to inherit his estate, how much do you think it could really be worth? He didn't just waste our joint savings account on his mistress. He even blew through the savings he had from when he was single. So I don't know what you were expecting, but at this point he doesn't have much of an estate at all. Oh no. When going through his stuff the other day, I looked up his bank accounts, and none of them had more than a few dollars in it. I don't believe you. You're lying! Well, if you want some proof, I can give you all his bank cards and passwords, and you can check them all out for yourself. And if you're still intent on trying to claim that for yourselves, you're more than welcome to have your lawyer contact mine and discuss the issue. What do you say? Enough of this already! I get it. Oh, well that's good. Be sure to have all your things moved out of the house by sundown tonight. Tonight? You can't do this to me, Jessica. Jessica? Where are you? just stopped by your parents' house, but they weren't living there anymore. When did they move? Where are you? My parents' house? They haven't been living at that house for over a year now. In any case, why are you at my parents' old house? I'm looking for you, of course. Me? Why would you be looking for me at my parents' old house? It's way too far away from my job. I'd have like an hour-long commute every day. Then where are you? Tell me! I don't see any legitimate reason for you to need to know where I am right now. If you need anything from me, you can ask my lawyer. Just tell me where you are this instant. I mean it! If you must know, I'm staying with a friend for a while. What friend? Give me the address of the house, Jessica. That's an order. Not a chance. Why would I? You and I are nothing anymore. I'm not your daughter-in-law. You're not my mother-in-law. Nonsense. Of course you're still my daughter-in-law. Even if Roy has passed away, nothing changes the fact that you were married into this family, Jessica. I'm still your daughter-in-law, whether you like it or not. And as my daughter-in-law, it is your duty to provide me with the financial support. Where did you hear that from? Some weird Facebook group or something? No, I no longer have any duty, morally or legally, to provide you with any support of any kind. You're not getting anything out of me. Don't run away from your responsibilities to me. Were you listening just now? The moment that Roy died, our legal marriage was dissolved, so I no longer have any legal connections to you whatsoever. Is that clear? I'm not your daughter-in-law anymore, and even if I was, I still would do everything in my power to not have to provide you with any support. You're terrible! I don't deserve to be treated this way. After everything you've done to me over the years, you deserve way worse from me than this. You're lucky I didn't sue you for emotional abuse. So no, I'm not going to give you the address for my friend's house, who is even less of a connection to you than me. Now just leave me alone. I never want to speak to you again for the rest of my life. You can't abandon me. What am I supposed to do now? Oh, right. Your husband divorced you the other day, didn't he? How do you know that? I heard the whole thing from Steph. It was quite the story. I didn't even know about this at the time, but the night that Roy got into that car accident, he was on his way to see his mistress, Nancy, wasn't he? Your ex-husband found out about that, and he also found out that you were the one introducing the two of them. Boy, was he shocked to hear that. And the straw that broke the camel's back was when I let the two of them know that you introduced them in hopes that Roy would leave me and get married to her. Once he heard that, he couldn't take it anymore and filed for divorce the very same day. He kicked you out of the house, and when you tried crawling to Steph for help, she cut you out too. Aren't you in a predicament? But there was no way I could have predicted things would turn out like this. I'll give you that much. I wouldn't have seen it coming either if I was in your shoes. But then, if I was in your shoes, I don't think I'd be going around encouraging my son to have an affair, and also actively bringing him women to have affairs with. Please, Jessica, you have to help me. Why? Because I have nowhere else to go. My parents are long dead, and I have no siblings. Don't you remember your wedding vows? You promised to love my son, for better or worse, richer or poorer, in sickness and in health, right? Who cares about legal connections? You're my daughter-in-law. We're eternally bound through your marriage to Roy. I know we can get along well, you'll see. Did you forget the whole "till death do us part" bit? Or that you were the one who pushed Roy into his affair, which led to the ends of both our marriages as well as his life? Well, or that you were constantly verbally abusive to me throughout the entire time I've known you? Lucky for you, your son's good-for-nothing wife is officially out of your hair forever. Jessica, you have to give me a place to live. That's an order. No. Jessica? I'm blocking you. And if you ever try to contact me again, I'll get a restraining order put out on you. Jessica! Goodbye. Enjoy the rest of your life. After that, who do you suppose my ex-mother-in-law went to for help? None other than Nancy Johnson, the woman she pushed into my husband's arms. Personally, I've gotten over her affair with Roy, partially because of the passing of time and partially because I'd already received a massive judgment against her for the affair. But it seems as though my ex-mother-in-law wasn't quite over it. She stormed in the house and screamed at her, saying, "If you hadn't made my Roy spend so much money on you, he would have had some left over for me." And then she started breaking every breakable object in sight. It's honestly kind of impressive how well she avoids placing even the smallest amount of blame for the situation on Roy, but I digress. In the end, Nancy ended up suing her and winning a hefty judgment for the damage done to her house. So, now my ex-mother-in-law is stuck with being a 70-year-old divorcee, working whatever odd jobs she's physically capable of in order to pay it off. Part of me feels bad for her, but that's a very, very small part of me. Most of me just feels like she got what was coming for her. Karma always wins in the end. Oh well, none of that is any concern of mine anymore. Now I can finally get back to enjoying a nice, peaceful life with my fiancé. We're getting married next month.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hey Brian, I'm sorry to bother you during your business trip, but I wanted to ask you about Saturday.
Irene? What is it? I'm busy. So can you please make it quick?
I know, I'm sorry. I was thinking about going to visit my younger brother and his family this Saturday. Do you want to come along?
Your younger brother? You mean Roger? Hold on. Didn't you say his company sent him to their headquarters overseas for a few years? Is he really back?
Yeah, he's back temporarily. It'll just be about 3 months or so. I think he said it had something to do with his visa, but he also has some meetings with people over here, so it was kind of good timing. I didn't actually know about all of this until a few hours ago, but he apparently got back to the country last night.
Oh, well, that's nice.
So yeah, he called me and asked if I wanted to come over and bring the family with me to spend some time together.
Okay, well, let me think. I've got work in the morning on Saturday that'll last me until noon, I think. So as long as it's after that, sure, I can go.
Great. Thanks, Brian. Do you think you could get back home in time to leave around 1 p.m.?
That would be cutting it a little bit close. I'd like to have some time to shower and get some lunch. How about leaving at 2 p.m. instead? Would that be alright?
Yeah, sure. That should be fine. I'll go ahead and tell Roger the good news. I'm so excited to go and see him.
Oh, and by the way, what about his wife Rachel and daughter Millie? Are they gonna be home?
Yeah, I don't see why they wouldn't be. Oh, you know what? That's right. This will be the first time you've ever met Millie, won't it? She is adorable. I'm sure you'll love her.
Yeah, I'll bet. The last time I saw Rachel was at their wedding. I think, man, to think that Roger got sent overseas just a month after his wedding, that must have been really hard on both him and Rachel. Even worse, Rachel only found out she was pregnant after Roger had already left. They must have had a pretty rough time of things these last few years.
Yeah, I can't imagine how it must have been for Rachel to give birth alone. Fortunately, she was able to move in with her parents while Roger was overseas, and they've been really helpful with taking care of both Rachel and Millie. If it wasn't for them, I don't know how Rachel could have handled all of that by herself. And to think about Roger's situation, too. They've been able to talk using video calls and all that, but he had never held his own almost 2-year-old daughter until yesterday. Wow. Roger told me that the worst part of all this is that Millie doesn't call him daddy yet. The poor guy. I'm sure it'll just take a little bit of time to get accustomed to him, though.
Yeah, that must be pretty hard to deal with. Okay, I need to wrap this up pretty quick. So to confirm, we'll be leaving for Roger's place on Saturday at 2 p.m. Is that right? Anything else?
Yeah, I'll need to call him one more time to make sure the timing will be alright, but I don't see why it would be a problem. So for all intents and purposes, we can consider it a done deal. If something does change though, I'll be sure to let you know as soon as I can.
Gotcha. Thanks, Irene. Okay, I gotta get back to work now, so I'm not gonna be able to respond to messages for a few hours. Talk to you later.
Thanks for your time, Brian. Enjoy the rest of your day. Brian, did you really have to leave early for work? You said you'd be done after noon. We were having so much fun.
Yeah, I'm really sorry about that, Irene. I guess there was a big problem at work that they needed me to be there for. But yeah, I had a great time today. It was a lot of fun. We should go back there again soon.
Yeah, for sure.
It had been a while since I'd seen her, but Rachel was just as chipper and lively as I remember her. And that Millie, she's an absolute doll, isn't she? I wish I'd been able to meet her sooner. She was such an angel.
Yeah, she's adorable. Lucky for you, too. She took a liking to you right away, didn't she? She was playing with you just about the whole time you were there. Now that I think about it, she called you Daddy when you first walked in the door, didn't she? That was cute.
Yeah, that was a big surprise to me, too. I wonder if maybe Millie just calls all the adult men she meets Daddy. You know, kids will sometimes call their school teachers Mom by mistake.
Yeah, I don't know about that. You know, I bet it was more to do with her real father, Roger, being overseas for nearly all her life. She probably doesn't really understand the concept of father very well.
Maybe. But man, she really was a little darling. I might just have to kidnap her away from Roger, lock her in our basement, and make her think she's my daughter instead.
Roger, that's super duper creepy. Like, seriously gross. Come on, what are you thinking saying something like that to me? Knock it off, and don't ever talk like that again, alright?
Whoa, relax, Irene. Jeez. Sorry, I didn't mean for you to get so upset like that. It was just a joke, okay? I was just joking. I'm not really gonna kidnap her.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a funny one. It was just creepy and weird. What was even the joke there? That you're secretly a kidnapping psychopath? Not to mention Millie is Roger and Rachel's daughter, and she's our niece.
Yeah. I know that.
How do you think the two of them would feel if you told that joke in front of them? You'd be lucky if Roger didn't punch you right in the face. So stop trying to be a comedian, because if all you've got are jokes like that, your career is going to go nowhere fast.
All right, I got it. I'm sorry, Irene. Really.
Ugh, sometimes you are so bizarre, Roger. I'm going to take a shower. See you in the morning.
Okay. Good night, Irene.
Hey, Roger, you got a minute? I wanted to talk to you about something.
Hey, Irene. Thanks again for stopping by last Saturday. It was great to see you and Brian again. Sorry he had to leave early, though.
Actually, Brian is the person that I wanted to talk to you about.
Really? Is something going on with him?
Well, this is really hard to say, and I know it's not going to make you happy to hear, but I'm suspicious about Brian and Rachel.
And by suspicious, you mean...
I think Brian and Rachel are having an affair.
What? Oh, are you talking about how Millie was calling Brian her daddy?
I'm sorry, Roger. I really hate myself for feeling this way. I mean, accusing my own husband of having an affair with my own brother's wife? But I just can't keep the thought of it out of my mind. I mean, honestly, would a little girl like that really call some man she's never met her daddy? Once I got a weird feeling about that, it's been stuck in my mind ever since. I can't seem to flush it out no matter what I do.
Yeah. I know what you mean. Put yourself in my shoes. This is my daughter, who's almost 2 years old. I haven't even met her, and in all that time, I've been working my butt off in a foreign country, and then when I finally get home, she won't even call me daddy? It really sucks.
And it's not just the calling him daddy thing. She seemed really friendly with him, like they'd played before together a bunch of times in the past. The more I think about it, the more suspicious details I notice. So, yeah, I just can't get the thought out of my head that maybe Millie's real father is actually Brian. It's not that I want to feel this way. I'm not trying to hurt you, but like I said, the more I think about it, the more it makes sense. Brian says that he had never been to your house, but did you notice how he didn't need to ask where the bathroom was? He just went right to it. He acted like he was already familiar with the layout. So it seems to me like he has seen Rachel after the wedding. He has been to your house before, and he has met Millie a bunch of times. At least that's how I feel.
Man.
I'm really sorry to bring this up to you, Roger, but I just couldn't bear to keep these feelings bottled up inside anymore.
Nah, you don't have anything to be sorry for. Thanks for telling me all this, Irene. But I do think that we shouldn't come to any big conclusions without having any hard evidence.
I know. All we have is circumstantial evidence, nothing actually definitive.
Right. I think what we should do next is just keep a watch on them for a while, to look for any other odd behavior.
Did you have a sort of plan in mind?
Yeah, I told you. I'm in the same boat as you. It's been bothering me ever since Millie was calling Brian Daddy last Saturday. So I think the best thing to do is the one surefire, 100% reliable way to find out the truth of the matter.
What are you thinking?
For now, do you think we could meet and discuss things in person? This conversation is going to be a pretty important one. I don't want to have to do it through text. We'll be able to communicate better in person than by sending one message at a time. I get out of work at around 5 p.m. tomorrow. Do you think we could meet up at a cafe or restaurant or something to talk?
Yeah, that sounds good. I'll meet you at the cafe by the bus station downtown at 6 o'clock. Is that okay?
Sure. That sounds great. See you then.
Thanks, Roger. I'll see you tomorrow.
You too, Irene. Good night. Hey, Irene. Just checking to make sure you got home all right. Thanks for meeting with me today.
Yep, I just got home a few minutes ago. The plan you came up with was pretty good. I think that would be the perfect way to figure out if they're hiding something from us.
Yeah, and hey, if it turns out that they're innocent, then that's fine. All's well that ends well.
Yeah, and if they really are incorrect, then we agree that we'll both go to them and apologize for ever doubting them, right?
Yeah. If they're innocent, they'll definitely deserve an apology. Irene? What's going on here? Why did your lawyer send me these divorce papers?
So they served you with no issues then. That's good to know. If you need to contact me, I'll be at my parents' house.
Would you mind telling me just what the hell's gotten into you? Why are you trying to divorce me? What did I do to deserve this? I've been nothing but good to you.
Nothing but good, huh? Do you really think you haven't done anything to deserve this? Really?
Irene, if you've got something to say, then say it. Spit it out. Don't beat around the bush.
Okay, fine, I'll get to the point. I know that Millie isn't really Roger's daughter. Actually, I'm pretty sure that she's yours.
What? What in the world are you talking about? Are you nuts? Millie is Roger and Rachel's daughter. You and I both know that. There's no way I could be Millie's real father.
No way? No way at all. Are you sure about that? Okay, then would you mind explaining why Millie calls you Daddy? And why you knew the layout of the Rogers house without asking?
We've been through this before. She doesn't understand what it means to call someone Daddy. She only met her daddy just a few weeks ago. And as for her house, I knew where the bathroom was because I saw Roger going in there before I went. It's not like it was some labyrinthine maze or something. It was just a 2-story suburban house.
She did know he was her daddy, though. They had talked on video chat countless times over the last several years. Admit it, Roger. Millie called you Daddy because you are her father. And you knew the layout of the Rogers house because you've been there tons of times before.
I told you none of that is true!
You're still sticking to your story then?
Hey, if you've got some kind of evidence that I'm lying, then let's see it. And if you don't have any, then I think you'd better start apologizing to me pretty goddamn quick. Do you have any idea how much it hurts to have your wife accuse you of having an affair? And having a child with her own brother's wife? What's wrong with you?
Oh, I can imagine it would hurt very much to have your wife accuse you of an affair. But can you imagine how much it hurts to be cheated on, you good-for-nothing jerk?
Hey, you can't talk to me that way!
I do have evidence, Brian.
You do?
Yes, I do. First, Roger took some of his and Millie's hair and had a paternity test done.
And, what were the results?
The results were conclusive. Roger is not Millie's father. Next, when Roger told Rachel about the paternity test, what do you think she told him, Brian? What do you suppose she said next? I'll tell you what she told him. Everything. She told him all about your affair and how you've been going to see her and Millie regularly and about how you've been lying about going on business trips to see them. Everything.
Yeah, that must be pretty hard to deal with. Okay, I need to wrap this up pretty quick. So to confirm, we'll be leaving for Roger's place on Saturday at 2 p.m. Is that right? Anything else?
Yeah, I'll need to call him one more time to make sure the timing will be right, but I don't see why it would be a problem. So for all intents and purposes, we can consider it a done deal. And yes, you were fully aware that Millie was your daughter. I know about that too. So you shouldn't have acted surprised when she called you Daddy that day, because according to Rachel, you've been telling her to call you Daddy.
That's not...
Oh, would you just give it up already? You're not fooling anyone, Brian. Act like a man for once in your life.
Damn it. Fine! I admit it! I was sleeping with Rachel. I'm Millie's father. I was cheating on you for the last 2 years. There! Are you happy now? Huh? You happy, Irene?
Honestly, why did you ever agree to go to their house with me? Didn't you think that you would do something that would tip us off to your affair?
Yeah. Well, I'd spent so much time talking to Rachel about how to act in order to not raise any suspicions that I completely forgot about the fact Millie always calls me Daddy.
That was a pretty massive oversight.
Now come on, Irene, let's talk about this. Don't divorce me!
Are you joking? Did you think there was any chance that I would forgive you? You betrayed not only my trust, but my brother's trust too. Do you have any idea what kind of damage you've done to my family?
I'm gonna break it off with Rachel, okay? That would solve everything!
And what about Millie, huh? What are you gonna do about her?
Well...
In any case, there's not a single thing that you could do to change my mind. We're through. I'm going to sue both you and Rachel for your affair, and I'll be expecting a lump sum payment, so be ready for that. I suggest you get right to work sorting out the financing, because it's going to be a big judgment. Oh, and Roger's going to sue you too, of course, just so you're not surprised.
Damn it! This is the worst! How can you do this to me, Irene? I'm your husband, aren't I? Don't you have any feelings for me at all? We've been through so much together. You can't just end it like this.
1, you're not going to be my husband for much longer. 2, no, I have 0 feelings left for you. And 3, I absolutely can and will end it like this.
Wait, Irene! Let's talk this over first!
If you want to communicate with me, you can talk to my lawyer. Goodbye.
Millie's not my daughter!
What the? We haven't spoken in a year, and this is how you open our conversation?
You'll never believe what Rachel did to me, Irene. After we divorced, Rachel and I decided to get married and raise Millie together as a normal family. But it turns out, I wasn't the only guy she was sleeping with way back then. She had another boyfriend. And when we had a paternity test done, it turns out that Millie was his, not mine.
Wait a minute. You got married without even getting a paternity test on Millie?
Why would I get a paternity test? I thought Rachel loved me. She told me I was the only guy she loved.
I am shocked. Shocked to find out that Rachel was unfaithful to you. Really, I am.
Right? I couldn't believe it when I found out either. But anyway, I'm breaking it off with her. So now we can get married again. I missed you so much, Irene.
Are you drunk, Brian?
I've never seen things more clearly than right now, Irene. You and I were made for each other. Now once we're married again, will my monthly payments for the lawsuit stop automatically? Or are you gonna have to do some kind of paperwork? I bet if you could talk to your lawyer, he can tell you how it gets done. I doubt it'll be too complicated. It's gonna be so great to start living with you again, baby. Are you still at your parents' house? When can I bring my stuff over? I actually need to get out of my current apartment ASAP. I'm way behind on rent. Oh, and let's go out to have a nice dinner to celebrate. My credit cards are all over their limit, so if you can spot me for tonight, I'll pay you back once I get those other bills paid off.
I'm married, Brian.
You what? But we've only been divorced for a year!
2 months after we divorced, my dad introduced me to the son of one of his coworkers. He had gotten divorced after his wife cheated on him, so we both know from experience just how important fidelity is in a marriage. Plus, he's a super nice guy, and pretty hot too. We hit things off right away and got married 4 months after meeting. I'm also pregnant with our first child right now, so things are going pretty well for me.
No way. I don't believe this!
Hey, wait a second. Now that I think about it, you're just saying that Rachel was cheating on Roger with someone other than you, didn't you? I'd better tell Roger then. This means he has one more person to sue. Thanks for the tip, Brian. I really appreciate it.
Wait, Irene, no! That's not what I wanted to happen!
And with that, I'd like to leave you with my favorite Taylor Swift song. We are never, ever, ever getting back together. Now never contact me again, you moron.
Irene, please!
I told Roger about Rachel's other affair, and he had his lawyers get right to work on finding his identity. It didn't take more than a week to get a name and an address, so now he's in the process of settling a lawsuit with that guy. What's more is that this other guy was married too, and when his wife found out, she divorced him. Now he's got 2 lawsuits on his hands. When Rachel found out that Brian had spilled the beans about her other affair, she was livid. They got into a massive shouting match, which slowly but surely escalated into an all-out brawl. In the middle of this fight, they both fell down the stairs and hit their heads on the wall. Their neighbors heard the noise and called an ambulance. And when the 2 of them woke up, they were told that their injuries that they sustained would impact their ability to walk for the rest of their lives. To be honest, I don't really have any pity for them at all. It's really a matter of their chickens coming home to roost. But what did give me concern was the number 1 victim of Rachel and Brian's heartlessness, the now 3-year-old Millie. She was in a bad enough position being raised by those 2 soulless monsters, but now that they were both permanently and severely handicapped, what was going to happen to her? Fortunately, a family member of Rachel's, who seems to be a pretty good person, decided to take Millie in, and they're currently working on officially adopting her as their daughter. Hopefully they can provide her with the stable and nurturing home environment that she deserves.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.
Hello, Kenyo. Thanks for your hard work today. You received your salary for last month today, right?
Oh, hi, Tina. Yep, I got my salary.
Like we promised, you can't just deposit from your bank account without telling me now that we're living together, alright? You only need 100 euros per month of allowance, right? Let me take care of your salary and all our other finances from now on.
Alright.
What, are you unsatisfied or something? Why? You don't trust me to take care of your salary for you or something?
No, it's not that I don't trust you, but You've told me a lot of things about how we can save money, and I'm impressed at your knowledge. But I'm worried whether I'm going to be able to adopt that lifestyle as well. I've never had to be this careful with money, you see.
Well, you must have had a comfortable life up until now. But I guess you're right. You see, I grew up in a poor household, so this stuff just comes naturally to me. You, on the other hand, are not very good at spending money-wise, after all, Canio.
Come on, you didn't need to remind me. I already know for myself.
Yes, I'm telling it to you because I think that saying it directly is for your own good.
Do you really think I'll be able to get by for a month with just 100 euros? That's what you want me to do for now, right?
Yup. Let me take care of all the other financial business, and I promise we'll achieve our goals in no time. I know that this is going to be difficult for you since you've used your money freely up until now, but now is the time to grit your teeth and pull through.
You're right, but I wonder if I'll actually be able to do it. Even when I was in university, I had an allowance of 500 euros per month.
Seriously? Looks like we've got a rich kid over here. On a serious note, are you really that worried? It's really not that hard, Kenyo. All you have to do is not spend money in places you don't need to. Like that road bike you bought last month. You used it a couple times in the first week, and you've never touched it since. How much did that cost exactly?
It's not that I don't want to use it, it's just that I'm too busy. Besides, not spending money in places you don't need to is easier said than done. And yeah, I am worried. But you're going to be making me lunch boxes from now on, so I guess I won't have to use money on lunch anymore. I just think this will cut my expenses by a couple hundred euros. But still, my lifestyle is going to have to change a lot if I'm going to get by with only 100 euros per month.
Alright, then think of it like this. If you're not going to be more careful with your money, then I'm not going to marry you.
What? I don't want that.
I knew that would motivate you. Then let's do our best, shall we?
Right. I'll do my best.
Yup, that's the spirit. Besides, it's not like you're the only one who's going to have to be careful with money from now on. I'm going to limit myself to an allowance of 100 euros per month, just like you.
Hey, Canio. I saw that your wife made that economic lunchbox again. You seriously only have 100 euros per month as your allowance? What's the deal with that? Yeah, still 100 euros. My girlfriend is some sort of money-saving expert, you see, and she wants me not to be so wasteful with my money. But it's not like I have to pay for my food expenses with the 100 euros, and drinking parties and stuff at the company are also separate. So it's really not that bad. Yeah, but you can't buy the stuff you want to buy anymore, right? Doesn't that suck? Well, it took a bit of getting used to. It's not really that bad. You see, I was the kind of person who would unconsciously waste a lot of money on things I didn't need. I'm only receiving 100 euros of allowance per month as a way to... It's actually been working since now whenever I buy something, I first think to myself, do I really need this? Something I had never done before. But the most important thing is that my girlfriend's economic lunchbox actually tastes really good. I actually like my new lifestyle now. But don't we earn 150,000 euros a year? What's the point in going that far just to save a couple euros? I mean, it's not like a couple hundred is going to make a difference, right? Besides, aren't you a bit sad that you're starting to enjoy this lifestyle of extreme money saving? We're amongst the top earners. We don't need to live like we're in poverty or something, Canio. At least consider the possibility that your girlfriend is conditioning you to become used to a life of poverty with all this saving. Huh? Why in the world would Tina need to condition me to a life of poverty? I know it may seem a bit extreme, but Tina said she grew up in a poor household, so apparently this stuff is normal for her. That's exactly what I'm talking about. It scares me how you just believe what your girlfriend says when she tells you to be more careful with money. You're not even a bit suspicious as to why she's not letting you use your own money? Yeah, but what's wrong with not wasting money? Becoming wiser about how you spend your money can only be a good thing, right? Most importantly, though, the reason I've adopted this new lifestyle is because I'm thinking about our marriage. You just can't spend money however you want once you're married, you know? There's no reason for you to criticize me on this. Come on. What's the point in having money when you're not even going to use it? You say that you're doing this stuff with marriage in mind, but isn't your girlfriend just forcing this lifestyle on you because she wants to spend that money on her own? I don't know, so she can buy expensive bags and stuff? Huh? Are you accusing my girlfriend of using my money behind my back? I'm just saying it's a possibility and you can't just believe everything she says. I've heard of stories where guys give their girlfriends their bank account info. only for both the girlfriend and the money to disappear. Sometimes they can't even track their girlfriend down because she had been using a fake identity the whole time. I mean, as soon as she started living with you, she told you that she would be the one taking care of your salary from now on, right? That's the sign of a woman who only see men as walking ATMs. Yes, but I believe in Tina. She would never do such a thing. All right, it's your decision, but the guys who got scammed said the exact same thing. I'm 100% sure that she sees you as an easy target. That's probably the only reason why she moved in with you in the first place. Watch it, Antonio. You can insult me, but not my girlfriend. She shows me the bank account once every 10 days. I saw with my own eyes that this new lifestyle of saving money was working, and that she wasn't using my money for anything strange. Is that so? Who knows? Maybe she's just making it look like that. You said she was in charge of your house's finances, right? She could probably do it if she wanted to. No, it's impossible. She keeps detailed accounts on when and where we spend money, which means that there's proof that my girlfriend is not doing anything suspicious, so I have no reason to doubt her. So will you please stop insulting my girlfriend like that anymore? Oh, just don't come crying to me when she pulls a fast one on you and you suddenly have no more money in your bank account.
Kenyo, how was the lunchbox I made for you today? You see, we've been spending a bit too much this month, so I had to be a bit more economic than usual with your lunchbox.
Don't worry, it was delicious.
Really? I'm glad then.
Yep, I've got no complaints. We've been spending too much since we had to buy a new rice cooker, right?
Yes, it's been half a year since you started this new lifestyle, right? I'm a bit worried that you might be getting stressed out because of it. Are you sure it's fine?
Yes, I'm completely fine. You always tell me whenever there are unexpected things we need to spend money on, and your lunchboxes are delicious, so I'm loving this new lifestyle. Letting you take care of our finances was a great decision. I never knew how wasteful I was with money up until now. I'm counting on you from now on as well, alright?
Yep, thanks. It really means a lot to me that you appreciate what I've been doing.
Hey, Canio, I saw your girlfriend made you a poverty conditioning lunchbox again today. Huh? What do you mean poverty conditioning? I've already told you my girlfriend is doing no such thing, Antonio. Cut it out already. Your wife could be dining at a 3-star Michelin French restaurant right now. She brings a lunchbox to work just like me. Is that so? And how do you know she just doesn't throw it away to go eat at a restaurant instead? But my wife's allowance is 100 euros per month, just like me. Hey, Antonio, don't get mad at me just because you got no girlfriend to make you lunchboxes. Huh? You've been teasing me about my wife's lunchbox ever since I came to work with it. It's been 7 months already. To be honest, I was impressed at how you never got tired of it. But I'm tired of it. So could you cut it out already? What did you say? Well then, I think I'm going to continue enjoying the lunch my girlfriend made for me and get back to work. Shut up! Who said I don't have a girlfriend? Hey, Canio? There's something important I need to tell you. What is it? You see, yesterday was a day off for me and I saw something really interesting. What? Just tell me already, Antonio. I saw your girlfriend enter a luxury clothes brand with another man. Huh? You see, I was right. I told you, didn't I? Don't come crying to me, okay? You were right about what? I mean, it's a luxury clothes brand and she entered it with another man. Now for sure we know that she's just been using you as an ATM. Not only that, but she's even cheating on you. I guess you got what you deserve for not listening to my warnings, huh? It must suck to be you right now. You're talking about yesterday noon, right? The luxury clothes brand in Ginza? Yes, and? How did you know she was there? My girlfriend works for them. She's an employee at the luxury clothes brand. Huh? Seriously? But she didn't look like she was wearing a uniform to me. You must have just been imagining things. She already told me that she would be visiting the Ginza shop on company orders. That's probably when you saw her. The person she was with was a colleague of hers which I've met before. Oh, and by the way, she's a woman, not a man. What? That was a woman? Changing topics though. The CEO said that there was something he wanted to tell the employees as soon as the lunch break was over. You better finish your lunch quickly or you won't be able to make it. Damn it. Tina, something terrible has happened.
Kenyo? What's the matter?
My company just went bankrupt.
What?
You see, the CEO of our company spoke in front of all the employees as soon as lunch break was over today and told us about how things haven't been going well for the company. He said they already did whatever they could, but it didn't work and now the company is going bankrupt.
I see. That's a real shame, and I know it's going to be tough for the company employees. But for you, it's...
Yep, I'm not going to let go of this opportunity. You see, I've already talked to some of my colleagues who I think will be useful. It was thanks to our money-saving skills that I was able to go into action immediately without hesitating. Because we had saved so much, we were able to reach the amount we needed faster than I expected. I'm so thankful for you, Tina.
You say it like it's all my doing, but you worked hard as well, didn't you? You didn't go over your allowance of 100 euros per month even once.
Yep. I'm still thankful for what you did, though. I would have never been able to do it without your knowledge, after all.
Yeah, no problem. We can't let our guard down, though. We need to be careful with our money from now on as well. Just because we reached our savings goal doesn't mean you can start being wasteful with your money like you used to be, alright?
Yep, got it. I'm counting on you, Tina. Canio! Hire me at your company as well. And make sure to pay me at least 150,000 euros a year. Hi, Antonio. Hire me at your company and give me a salary of at least 150,000 euro a year. The company's still in preparation. It's fine if it's still in preparation. Just pay me a salary. What in the world is your problem? I thought you got a job at the company our previous CEO introduced the employees to. I quit. Huh? Why? You see, not only was the salary lower than our previous job, but everyone was looking down on me for some reason. It's probably because I was new there or something. But that's not going to be the case at your company because you've hired several former colleagues, right? I'm going to stand at the top and be their leader. Yep, I think your attitude is the problem. I don't think they're necessarily looking down on you more than they don't want to have to put up with you or your nonsense. What? What did you say to me? Sorry, but I already hired everyone I needed. Even if we hired you, we wouldn't have any work for you to do. Fine, at least give me money then. At least until I find a job that pays as well as the previous one, but Huh? You mean without working? And why should I do that? Because I'm a friend in need. If you started a new business, that must mean that you've got plenty of money thanks to your girlfriend's money-saving techniques, right? This is an emergency for me, so you could at least help me a bit, right? Sorry, but we're going to use that money to run the company, so I'm not going to give it to you no matter what. Besides, they gave all of us a bit of money when the company went bankrupt, right? Can't you use that to get by for now? I can't, it's all gone. My girlfriend, you see, she told me that there was no point in dating a man with no money and left with everything I had left. What? Seriously? Well, I feel bad for you, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm not going to be giving you any money, Antonio. I know. If you won't hire me at your company, then give me your girlfriend instead. Huh? Are you alright, Antonio? What you're saying right now is ridiculous even by your standards. It's not ridiculous. If you feel bad for me like you say, then give me your girlfriend. She's an employee at a luxury clothes brand, right? If a woman who works at a place like that and knows how to save money becomes my girlfriend, then it's fine if I don't work. All right, I've made my decision. You're crazy, Antonio, if you think that either me or my girlfriend would agree to that. Why? I need her more than you, so it's not crazy. Give me your girlfriend right now. No, and Tina's not my girlfriend anymore. She's my wife now. Huh? Your wife? We got married recently. What? Look at you finding happiness and stuff. You got married and are now the CEO of a company. Meanwhile, my girlfriend left with all my money and I'm currently unemployed. This is unfair. Why not apply for financial support or find a job or something? Oh, and you should probably get your girlfriend who fled with your money to give it back. I'm asking you for this favor precisely because I can't do such things. It will be too humiliating. I used to earn 150,000 euros a year. I can't just go and find a new job that will probably pay nowhere near that much. There's no way I'm going to ask my girlfriend to give me the money back either. It would look like I was in need of money or something. So hurry up and get a divorce so you can hand over this money-saving woman to me. Why, you better stop messing around. Finding a job is too humiliating. But what you're doing right now isn't? Huh? Our money-saving lifestyle worked not just because of Tina's knowledge, but also because I grit my teeth and push through. Someone like you who doesn't even want to get a job won't be able to pull it off even if you have my wife to help you. But What am I supposed to do then? I don't have a job and I don't have any money left either. Then go and get a job, you dumbass. You say that like it's easy. It's not my problem. Bye. Antonio was always the kind of person who seemed to enjoy making people mad by looking down on them or insulting them. But apparently, while I was away on a business trip one day, Antonio came to our new company's office with his resume in hand saying, "I'll work for you people." One of our employees kindly explained to him that we weren't currently hiring and turned him away, but he got pissed at this and started going on a rampage. Of course, we called the police on him, and he was taken away with the extra charge of obstruction of official duties for getting violent with the police. At a later date, we made him pay for the equipment he destroyed when he went on his rampage, and also for obstructing work in the office. Antonio went into debt because of this, and it seems that his parents finally found out about his situation around the time and forcefully brought him home into his hometown in the countryside. Apparently, he now works at a 24-hour factory owned by his uncle, barely able to sleep every day because he needs to pay off his massive debt somehow.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.